Good morning, class 7. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing great. It's back today to SSC again. I'll not waste any time. So, without wasting a time, let's just go ahead and start. You guys are doing well. I know that you have done well in your exams also. So, no worries. Today we are on chapter 4 of history, page 32. That's the regional kingdoms too. There's nothing much in this, only this is about the regions, the regional areas and the places of the name. So it's a very easy chapter. You have to just read and know about it and who was ruling where. Okay, so I'll start reading, right? Well, SSC is all about reading and understanding, so I just can't write anything for you. So, but I'll give you a separate notes for it also. Don't worry. The regional kingdoms 2, page 32. Okay. During the latter half of the reign of the Delhi Sultans, after the Sultanates, during the later half, while the time they were ruling, there were many small kingdoms in different parts of India. Some of them have provinces of the Sultanate when the Sultans became weak. These provinces became independent. The kingdoms of Vijayanagar and Bahamani emerged as powerful regional kingdoms. Vijayanagar and Bahamani is very important in history. They are the ones during the Sultanate. They took power and they came up independently. Kashmir. In the medieval period, Kashmir was ruled by a Hindu dynasty. In the 14th century, Shah Mir started a Muslim dynasty, Zain ul Abidin, also known as Budh Shah, was the greatest ruler of Kashmir. He is popularly called the Akbar of Kashmir. He practiced religious tolerance and patronized education and learning. He also encouraged agriculture and new arts and crafts. In the later 16th century, the Mughals annexed Kashmir. They brought Kashmir with them, annexed it, got it joined together at the back with them. And Kashmir has very good literacy and they have got good education. It's because of the distance or because of the connectivity, but on their own they are very much done. If you listen to the radio, you'll come to know this girl, a very young girl, during this pandemic, she has created so many people have come to know her, and she has done so much and she's very educated. And there's another small boy also, he was supposed to buy a cycle. I have told you this incident, and his mother had given him money, he was saving up, but with that money he said, I'll buy my cycle later, but I'll go ahead and help people out here. He's in class 6 or 7, 6 I guess. And he speaks so well, so education does not matter where you are, how you are, as long as someone has to give that push. So this person, Shah Mir, the Akbar of Kashmir, started patronized education. He gave more importance to education. Then we come to Marwar. The Rathors, ruler over Marwar, Maharaja Jodha, found the city of Jodhpur and built Mehrangarh fort there. Maharaja Maldeva was another powerful ruler. Rathors, Rowdy Rathor, Akshay Kumar. Mewar. So Marwar is just next to Delhi, Jodhpur, that's in Rajasthan area. Mewar is also Chittor, that's Rajasthan, Gujarat area, all the border areas. Mewar was ruled by Sisodia Rajputs. Rana Hamir and Rana Kumbha made Mewar very strong. The greatest ruler of Mewar was Rana Sanga. He defeated the ruler of Malwa and annexed parts of his territories. In 1527, Babur defeated him in a battle of Khanau. Jaunpur, Malik Sarwar. Now we see Jaunpur towards Bihar side, just above Bengal or UP side or something. Jaunpur. Malik Sarwar was the governor of Jaunpur during the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Taking advantage of Taimur's invasion in 1390 at the Central Asian Wars, Malik Sarwar declared his independence and started the Sharki dynasty. The most powerful Sharki ruler was Ibrahim Shah Sharki. In 1484, Bahlul Lodi conquered Jaunpur. Bahlul Lodi was, again in the history you had one question regarding with Bahlul Lodi. Who was the leader of the Lodi dynasty? It was not Ibrahim Lodi, it was Bahlul Lodi. Bengal. Bengal was an important center of trade, my city, my state, as it was far off from Delhi. The governors of Bengal revolted frequently. In the 14th and 15th centuries, Ilyas Shahi and Hussain Shahi sultans ruled Bengal. In the 16th century, the Mughals annexed the kingdom of Bengal as well. Malwa. Now, where is Malwa? Again, in the central India, just towards the Gujarat side, it's more towards the west. Dilawar Khan founded the kingdom of Malwa in 1401. The most powerful ruler was Hushang Shah. Husang Shah. The sultans of Malwa fought with rulers of Delhi, Jaunpur and Gujarat. Malwa was later conquered by Sher Shah. Sher Shah Suri. Now we come to Gujarat. Muzaffar Shah founded an independent kingdom in Gujarat in the 15th century. Some famous rulers of the kingdoms were Ahmad Shah, Mahmud Shah Begahara and Bahadur Shah. In the 16th century, Akbar annexed Gujarat also. So now what happened, these independent kingdoms which were there, all were getting annexed by the sultans, by the Delhi Sultan, by the Mughals. Sorry, they were getting attached with the Mughal, they were taking over. Khandesh. Now Khandesh is in again the central part just below Gujarat and all the Narmada river, the Tapti river, the Tapi river. Khandesh. Raja Ahmed, also called Malik Raja, was the first independent ruler of Khandesh. He was succeeded by Nasir Khan, who built the town of Burhanpur. Later the rulers of Gujarat annexed Khandesh also. Now Mahmud Shah of Gujarat loved to eat. It is said that plates of meat patties were placed on both sides of his bed at night in case he felt hungry. Meat patties are, patties you have a filling inside and it's baked. Those are called meat patties. He was a very hungry person. These fellows used to eat a lot. Now we are done with that part of the northern side. Okay, and now we are coming to this Vijayanagar kingdom. Then the Bahamani kingdom. These are the two kingdoms which actually flourished. We'll read about this. The Vijayanagar Empire was established by two brothers, Harihara and Bukkarai, in 1336. They were feudatories of the Kakatiyas of Warangal. You have read about the Kakatiyas in lesson 2. When the kingdom of Warangal was overrun by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq in 1323, the brothers shifted base to Kampili. Here they entered into the service of the local rulers. When the Tughlaqs conquered Kampili, the brothers were taken captive. They were later sent to South India to crush the rebellions there. After some time, they rebelled against Muhammad bin Tughlaq and declared their independence. They built Vijayanagar city of victory, and made it their capital. Revolution everywhere happened. Everyone revolted. There was a revolt everywhere. So this is normal. This is history. It's going to repeat itself. No one can stay for a king forever except God. Harihara and Bukka. Harihara ascended the throne in 1336. He ruled for 20 years. He was succeeded by Bukka, who ruled till 1377. So these were two brothers, right? Harihar and Bukka. Harihara and Bukkarai. The brothers fought against the Hoysala, ruler of Mysore, and the king of Madurai. Bukka defeated the latter and annexed his territories. Gradually, a large part of South India came under his control. We see the map here. Vijayanagar kingdom below, down south. He captured that full area. And who was sent to Vijayanagar? Bahlul Lodi. Someone was sent to Vijayanagar to take care of the issues. I'll tell you. We have to. Someone was sent to, I'm not remembering the name. Ghiyasuddin Balban Tughlaq, Qutbuddin Aibak Razia Sultan. It is here I am going to tell you because Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was Sultan, he was a Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The Kakatiyas of Warangal. The Kakatiyas ruled the 12th and 13th century. The Godavari and the Krishna rivers. Marco Polo tells us the Kakatiya rulers were followers of Shivism and Jainism. This is on page 13. But I want to, this is the regional kingdoms part of that which we had. But I am going to tell you who, someone went to Vijayanagar, was sent. Abdul Razak, a Persian ruler, was sent to Vijayanagar kingdom to take care of it. Okay, that is in the medieval world. The Persian ruler Abdul Razak, yes, right. And Kakatiyas of Warangal, it is in page 13. So this is what happened. I'll come back in the next video.